that was a cold one. I'm gonna sing for everybody now.
No, please don't.
I think you should.
Yeah.
Especially to get us started.
Never will get back.
I don't even know what song that is.
She was gonna leave. Did she have to leave me? One beer short of a 12-pack.
Shane, buddy, you're grasping, man.
We're live.
We're live.
We are live.
Was I singing live?
Yep. You might have a.
Right. Probably got some requests for me to shut up.
You might have a. Dang, I can't even think of what the show's called now. American Idol tryout ahead of you.
No.
America's Got Talent.
No.
Why not?
America's biggest dummy.
Why can't I play the video?
I don't know.
It says I can't play it. It says we got trouble loading.
We are here.
All right, my phone's having problems.
Mine's on.
All right, get us a watch party going.
Give me that other computer. Let me see if I can get that, manipulate that thing into working.
Overcome all kinds of stuff on this Monday already.
Oh yeah. Well, I thought I could get it working.
Did you see the new sign for the live stream? Your dad said, did you see the new sign for the live stream?
Yeah, I did.
Where is it?
Up there,
Of where?
around the corner.
Man,
We are now in the Fishtails Lounge.
You didn't. You mean you got us something and you didn't even put it up?
He got
What'd
us
you do
some-
all day today?
What do you mean? What are you talking about? No, he put it up on Saturday.
What happened to Hamrick? Taylor Lawson? Hamrick quit.
Turn that down.
He went and got his, him and C. Ryder going to do their own podcast.
Man, there's so many things I could say right now.
So, it is what it is. How we do this, Brandon?
What? Share it. Just share it. Man, here. David, you know how to do it,
Yeah,
don't you?
I could do it.
Okay. Well, here, David will do it.
Gosh dang it, y'all suck.
Share two.
You need to hire somebody for your social media.
We
I do.
actually
You
we
know how to share stuff.
You gonna pay for it?
No,
It ain't
you
but
are.
$3,000 a month. Or
Shane, Shane, I'm gonna take care of you.
Okay.
I
I'll do
got
it.
something in the works.
I'll do it for $3,000 a week.
Yeah, I guarantee you will. You might last about a day and a half because that's all I can afford.
All right, sign me up.
That means you get like $3.
No, it'll be way more than that.
All right.
$3,000 a week at a day and a half.
Well, that's all I'm paying. It's $3. So
Oh, okay.
you take it or whatever.
All right. All right, so let's get started. So, welcome back.
Thank you.
And that's all, folks.
Yeah. See y'all later.
Nah, we still got the 1v1 thing.
Been in a hiatus in New York.
Oh yeah, I was up there for 2 weeks. Had one decent tournament and one crappy tournament. So
Well, that's all right. So, I had a tournament this past weekend, too. So, I figured we'd start with my terrible tournament.
let's start with your. What did you get a share on Carolina Leaps?
I don't know.
I
can't get
did.
it
We're
to load.
on the Lake Norman Legends. We're on the Carolina Delete Series. We're on Lake Wiley Fishing Info.
You shared it to all those pages.
I can keep going if you like. How many more do you want to share it to?
Share it to all of them. It don't
We
matter.
can do that. All right.
We-
We're about
Oh.
to spam your inboxes tonight,
all,
guys.
all we can get. Bring them on.
All right.
We'll
The
get some
Zoom,
new fans tonight.
Zoom Wet Crankbaits Fanatics. We got to talk about crankbaits for at least 1 minute.
We better not talk about. We can talk about crankbaits. We talked about that last week.
We did. No, 2 weeks ago when we were a half hour early for everything.
That's right. All right, so what we're going to cover tonight. So, Palmetto Boat Trail started back up this past weekend. We were on Lake Hartwell in the heat of August.
Where you fished from 6 a.m. till like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
I think the final flight was due in, it was either 4 or 4:30.
Yeah, that's way too long this time of year.
I can tell you right now, by 10:30, I was done. I think
Yeah.
I drank everything, was eating even eating ice out of my cooler
Yeah.
about 1 o'clock.
Ooh, at least you got your boat's kept in the garage, so it can't be too moldy ice.
No.
Ice can't be too moldy.
No, ice doesn't mold. It just melts.
melts, but the water creates mold and
Oh.
mildew. And
Yeah, I kind of like clean my stuff out.
yeah, well,
Okay,
I do once every 6 months.
I got you. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to cover the St. Lawrence. That's the Elite Series event, not the Palmetto Trail.
Yep.
We're going to talk about Champlain.
Yep.
I am going to gloat a little bit about my fantasy
Ooh, wow.
current standing.
Taylor Lawson's already fired a shot at you.
What'd he say?
Said, when are you going back to Carp Lake to work on your Carolina rig hook set so you don't lose so many?
You just
Sorry.
worried about getting your string stretched up there. 'Cause when I come back up there, it's going to be to beat you. How about that? We're
All
going
right.
to talk junk tonight and shit. Let's talk it.
And then we're all right. So then we're going to preview the St. Clair event. That's August 20th.
When?
That's what it said on the schedule.
Is it that late?
Yeah, August 20th.
I thought it was in like 2 weeks.
That's
Well,
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, when you,
You don't know if you're coming or going, do you?
I was telling somebody earlier, I fished 14 out of 15 days getting up at, 4:30, 4:45 in the morning and getting into bed at 9 o'clock at night. And then I drove 14 hours yesterday to get home. I stopped 4 times for gas and bathroom break and kept rolling. I mean,
Well, that ain't
I think
no
it
different
was-
than what you do around here.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, that was like 920 something miles. We stayed up at Rouse's Point in New York, and got to meet all the local people up there. And man, they were super nice to us. We had one night they cooked supper for us, cooked a steak and corn on the cob and salad and all kinds of stuff. It was pretty cool.
Dang. Big Di got the night off.
Big Di got the night off. Yeah, he did.
I'm sure he was appreciative of that.
I'm sure he was. I think we were all appreciative of it.
You saying Big Di ain't a good cook?
No. I'm saying that they didn't have to cook us food like
You're
that.
right, they didn't.
Thought it was pretty nice of them, to be honest with you.
Well, while we're talking about cooking for people, so listen to this. So I went and stayed at the McGinn's down there at Lake Hartwell
Yeah.
Friday night for the tournament.
Uh-huh.
When I got down there, Miss McGinn, who I've known since I was a little kid,
Reed's mom, right?
Reed's mama,
Okay.
had shrimp and grits, homemade shrimp and grits laid out for me.
And you got hooked up.
You aren't kidding, man. She took care of me. They made steaks for me.
You think we could get her to do that for us?
I don't know.
Probably not.
She might not like you as much as she likes
I
me.
don't know. I'm a pretty easygoing guy.
Well, I hope she didn't hear you singing earlier.
Oh, if she did,
I mean, you weren't singing anything bad. It just wasn't real good.
I know. But I have fun
It was
trying.
good effort.
I have fun trying. I do that. It's,
I'm not saying I can sing any better.
everything that all of us do, we're not all good at. But as long as you enjoy yourself and have a good time, it's cool.
So after we get through all that, and I'll tell you how good I am at fantasy fishing because I obviously can't catch them. I can tell you who's going to catch them.
So you can.
Yeah. We'll cover St. Clair, like I was saying.
Okay.
It's August 20th. And then the big thing that's going to happen this week, unfortunately, Dylan can't be here tonight. Dylan Falk, because he does work.
He's being a punk.
Uh,
I think he's watching. Yeah, he is.
David and Dylan,
That's right.
the
This
next
week.
leg of the 1v1 showdown will be this Wednesday,
The belt is on the line.
and the belt is on the line. And where's it going to be at, David?
The late, great Lake Wiley.
Lake Wiley. So
Keith DuBose. What's
we're
up,
going-
Keith?
We're going to see if David can beat the home
Home
lake,
lake
curse.
We're going to try. I hadn't seen the lake in a week and a handful of days now.
Well, that's good.
And just so everybody's clear on our podcast tonight or our, whatever this is, Facebook Live, whatever you're watching on, you pick the lake
I did.
and the date.
I did get to pick the
Okay.
lake. The date kind of was dealt because we got to have camera people, and Brandon is the only one in this group that works a real job,
I will be working Wednesday.
and so we had to work it out with Shane and
Hammer.
the late, almost great Hamrick.
You can't do nothing with it. Dylan said he bought a hula popper for the challenge.
Oh, you're going down.
Hula popper at the dam.
Hey.
It's a time-tested pattern.
You guys can't see it, but David's got 2 rods over there.
I'll get them. I'll show everybody.
That's
those
what you're
2
going to
rods.
throw it.
I don't know.
I'm gonna throw a little bit of it.
Man,
but
I
don't
hope
think it's gonna be a
I
deal.
hope he don't throw that crap. If he does,
Just
he's-
hold it right there in the camera.
if he
In the
does,
camera,
Yeah, so they can
if he
see it
does,
real
he's
close.
gonna lose.
What is
I
that?
got a big football jig and a little crankbait.
Is that a
That's
6XD or an
6XD.
8XD?
That's
That's
not
a
a
6XD.
that's not a little crankbait.
That's a little crankbait.
Okay.
So there you go, Dylan. Dylan be throwing hula poppers, and you'll be. Drag
You
'em
know
on
what?
them.
Honestly,
Wait, no, wait a minute.
I don't know what I'm gonna be doing.
Okay,
Because
so let's get something clear real quick.
Yep.
Because every tournament I've ever fished out in the summertime, right before they take off, they yell, "No long lining." Can you long line in this tournament?
I don't see any point. I'm not gonna do it. It's a waste of time.
That's not what I asked. Can you or can you not do it? What do you think, Shane?
I think it's up to David.
I don't see any reason to long line. So we'll say right now, no long
No
line.
long line. So
No
you can't
long
long
line.
line any topwater plugs, Dylan.
You have to throw your hula popper on your own accord.
Yeah, no throwing the frog in that corner of the bush and driving around the bush and get under the bush.
Russ wants us to show the sign.
You know what?
Where
Tell
is it?
him it's up on the upper side of the wall.
All right, we'll try to get to it at the end. I got the camera taped down so it doesn't fall off tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of locked down.
Did it fall off?
No, the camera has not fallen off yet, but
Just in
Trip
case.
over the wire.
I got you.
precautions.
Right. When
I mean, you never know when somebody can come bust in the front door. We've had that happen 3 times.
Is
on
it
live.
locked?
I think it is. I think I locked it today.
All right, did you turn the sign to closed?
I think but it's been turned to closed and it hadn't stopped them.
Yeah, you're right.
that dude come in there and stuck the minnows in his pocket that one night. That was hilarious. My man said, "You got any bass minnows?" "Yeah, we got some. You need something to put them in?" "I'm gonna put them in my pocket."
And
I
he
said,
did.
"I said, do what?" He went back there and stuck $10 worth of minnows in his pocket.
Your mom wants to know what if it's raining Wednesday. Well, I can tell you from David's track record, if it is raining Wednesday, he's going to win.
A little rain never melted me yet. I fished and worked. You know, my in-laws live in Little Allison,
Yeah.
and they're all the time calling, "Hey, you going fishing tonight?" I wasn't planning on it. Well, we need some rain. Seems like every time I go fishing, it rains.
It rains. Yeah.
Well, just so what I mean by that is the history we've had here. So we fished in a tropical storm
Yep.
on Lake
Yep,
Norman that just
sure
popped
did.
up that morning,
Yep.
and you won.
Yep.
And it rained
At Hickory.
At Hickory, and you won.
That is true.
So if
Your
it
dad-
rains,
Your dad called you Rain Man. Gotta watch Wapner. Yeah.
Wow.
oh, I heard you're a good boat driver.
Good boat driver. Who
Have
said
you ever
that?
seen the movie Rain Man? He's an excellent
I mean,
driver.
dude, it's been forever.
He
Forever.
says he's an excellent driver. A lot in that movie.
Yeah, can't drive a lick.
Well, I'm an excellent driver. Call me Rain Man.
That's what your dad called you.
Well, we shall see. I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to it because I will say this. The past week's been tough. I get off of work. I got 2 kids. Hey, can we go fishing? Sorry, boys. Can't go fishing. Lake's off limits.
Go catfishing.
Well, I could go sit on my in-laws' dock and catfish, yes, but
As hot as it's been, that's about all it's worth doing.
it's
anyways.
not even worth it there because the water's so low that there's no water in front of their dock. I can't cast that far.
Yeah, remind me of that because that
Is
came
the
in-
water that low?
It's down.
Is it really?
It's down.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness! Can I fish?
No. No.
We-
I mean, I
I'd,
guess
I'd lose them anyway.
There was some water. There was a bunch of talk about water level at Champlain.
Yeah.
Lake Wiley is currently, the actual is at 96.7.
That's good.
I mean,
If
I wish it was wintertime.
If it was 95.7.
I'd like it 95.7 about a month and a half.
When do they close the ramp?
95.4 or 95.5.
Ooh, that's pretty tight.
That's all right. Then you got to put it down there by my house.
That's a long drive. Oof.
Not for me.
For me, it is.
Well, you shouldn't have lived so far away.
Yeah, I guess.
21% battery remaining.
Yeah, you better plug that thing
Better
in.
plug it up.
Well, you got the plug over there. Anyway, well, Shane,
All right.
kind of
hold
give us
on.
a little, spill the
Sure.
beans a little bit about your trip. I think one of your guys from up there wants to know about Oneida or Ontario or something. don't have it pulled
You
up
want to
right
get
now.
that? That's probably a long conversation. So let's cover this Palmetto Trail real quick because it'll go
That's
real
a
fast.
short, sweet, to the
Yeah.
point.
Okay,
All right.
do that.
All right.
That's
so,
all you, since you was the only one that
Yeah.
fished.
So me and should I give my partner's name?
No.
Absolutely, throw him under the bus.
All right, Johnny Parker.
Big Parker.
I just didn't want him to be associated with how bad we did on Saturday.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
take the heat.
Well,
Nah.
So
I mean, you were fishing with a lead balloon, so.
So I get down there and
Come on, Parker.
Well, I just short and sweet. We finished like 69th, I think it was,
Out of 68.
something like that. I think there's 110 or 120 boats, something like that. We had 4 fish for a whopping 5.57 pounds.
Y'all found you some spots out deep, didn't you?
Well, I caught largemouth, believe it or
Out
not.
deep?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the morning started off good. I caught a fish on top water in the one pocket that I felt good about starting in on the first cast.
Dang. First cast jinx.
Yep. There is a first cast jinx, but
Yeah.
but you know, if you don't catch them on the first cast, you can't catch them on every
Every
cast.
cast, that's right.
So that's what I always say.
That's what I always say at the carp pond. If I can't win the first spot, I can't win them all.
That's right. So, well, I didn't catch them on every cast. It took 18 and a half pounds to win. On
Wow,
August
really?
1st.
Did it really?
It did.
Holy cow.
And a 7.95 big fish.
An 8-pounder at Hartwell?
And the leaders didn't have the big fish, or the winners didn't have the big fish. So I don't know the guys, but Bo Hill and Wade Dodgens, I guess is how you say it.
Dodgens.
They had 1852.
I don't know either one of those guys, but congratulations.
They won $10,000,
That's awesome. It's a good payout.
and it took 16.3 pounds to make the top 5.
I would have never in a million years thought that.
The way that it was fishing, what little bit I got to see of it, I thought it was going to take 12 pounds to win.
Yeah, I told Parker before y'all went 15 would be good.
It took 12 and a half pounds, well, 12.8, almost 13 pounds to get the last check.
How many places they paying that?
11.
Gotcha.
So there's 12. So there's 120 boats that pay 10%. Same way BFL rules on the what's it, the
BFL pays
2-day?
20%.
20%, that's right. So they pay 10% on that. So the next one on that, yeah, you're going to sub in, right?
At Clark Hill.
Clark Hill.
Yes.
So that's September 12th and 13th.
I'll actually be at Clark Hill 2 weekends in a row. I'm going back the next weekend for the BFL down there.
I'm going to bust out my Onum hat. Oh, you're going to be there the week after? Oh, dang it.
You can bring your Onum hat. That's good.
Onum.
Onum.
I do have to do some replacing on my boat. So on the way home, get home, go to back the boat in the driveway,
Uh-oh.
and you know how you got to get out and don't forget to let the power poles down so you
Yeah.
don't tear up your garage.
You ought to see mine.
I've seen them. Do it again.
I did it twice in a matter of 3 weeks.
I saw the one you had to get replaced.
Yeah, the 1 year that I decided to put 10-foot poles on my boat, that was dumb.
I remember
because
that.
I'm terrible to get on the phone and be talking to somebody and just kind of looking in the mirror, make sure I'm not running the fenders into the garage, and next thing you know, the poles are bent down like that.
Over the back deck.
How you dummy.
So what's bad about me is I don't do it when I'm going home because usually I'm not real excited about what just happened.
Yeah,
But I do it in the morning because I'm so excited to go.
going out.
Yeah. Which
You-
going out is all
So
right.
you tore up the inside and the outside.
Sometimes. But my power poles didn't get broken. That's not what happened.
Uh-oh.
So I got home and I took the motor off the motor toter and let my power poles down. And I noticed that there was a excessive amount of two-stroke oil all over the back of my boat.
Uh-oh.
So
Let me
immediately
guess.
I start thinking the worst. It's oil pump or something.
But it wasn't.
It
Let
wasn't.
me guess. You left the lid off the oil reservoir, didn't you?
I've never touched that oil reservoir. But guess what? The little plastic plug in the top of it,
Yep.
completely stripped out.
Nice.
So that was either
The only reason I know that's because I did it one time.
the bumpy ride in 120-degree weather in
Yep.
Clemson, or that's just the Clemson Tigers taking another shot at my Gamecocks this year since we can't play.
Well,
you heard about that?
yeah,
Can't
don't even
play?
get me. They're scared, man.
Who's scared?
Gamecocks are scared.
Well, what's bad about it is now that you can't play us, I can't say us, you can't play the Gamecocks, you all won't have one real win the entire season, though.
Mm.
Listen, I got a feeling that all this is gonna just like get squashed. They're gonna cancel football.
I think it will too.
I think that. Well, I'm not even going to what I think. It's very political, but I think
Well, we're not
November.
getting
I think
political.
November it'll all go away, no matter
Roll
what
Tide.
happens.
Jerry Craig, are you freaking kidding me? Roll Tide. You can't spell Alabama.
Hey, have the Redskins come up with their name yet?
Yeah.
What is it?
They're the Washington football team.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Yep.
Now you know what they replaced the logo with on the side of the
They're gonna
helmet?
look like
football?
Alabama.
They're going to look just like Alabama. Freaking numbers on the side
So
of the
you're
helmet.
going to be rolling down the street going roll
Nope,
skins?
I'm out. They gave in to that crap.
The Washington football
I'm
team.
out. I am unaffiliated at the moment.
You a Patriots fan?
The only thing I can tell you is I'm not a Patriots fan. I'm definitely not a Cowboys fan.
Well,
What about a Bucks fan?
No.
our Panthers could use
Best
Yes.
is the best. Jerry Craig. Need I remind you, Clemson has beat the brakes, slap off Alabama. They thought about pulling out a what are those things when they catch people poaching? What do they call
I don't know. I ain't never been
it?
caught
Anyway,
poaching.
let's just. I ain't neither.
Cattle prod.
You ever poached before?
Holes.
Yeah, I thought you had.
I've poached holes with you before.
Communist. Yeah, we poached some holes before, didn't we? Dang right. Where was that at? That was Florida. Was that in Florida?
No, Cherokee.
Lake Cherokee. That's right. Yep. Hey, they do it to us, so we might as well get some of them back.
Man, I had a guy pull up. David, you'll get a kick out of this. So I was out here a couple of weeks ago in the evening with Braxton, working on some perch
Mm-hmm.
out on the place you call the way out spot.
Mm-hmm.
I had a guy pull up right beside me, wave to me, and make a waypoint and leave.
Out here in Wiley.
On the biggest community all in the whole wide world.
Well, he didn't know, but he's now part of the community.
Yeah.
I mean,
He had North Carolina stickers. You know, they don't know better.
I know.
listen, it's not even fun for
Bunch
me to
of
go
ding-a-lings.
take my kids fishing now because I'm out there, boats wrapped, white power poles. I can't
Big
fish
Bad
anything.
John was out there. I'm
What,
free.
Ronnie Brown, go Heels. That's right. You tell
The old tar holes.
him.
We don't have to worry about that. They don't play football this year. Well, they don't play every year, do
Well, we
Hey.
tried to play one year. We got caught cheating. So,
they? So you hire Mac Brown.
so we hired
instead?
Mike Brown, whom I was still pissed off that he ever left to begin with to go to Texas. So, I mean, we were just getting really good,
Oh boy.
and he goes to
David's an
Texas.
elite at poaching.
Chris Dover.
Got him.
Chris Dover. Oh boy.
That's
Hey, you
awesome.
gonna be running Dover's holes on Wednesday?
No. Dover don't have any holes. He got them all from Fowler.
So you're running Fowler's holes on Wednesday?
No. Fowler stole them from me.
So you're running Mike Stevens' holes on
No.
Wednesday? Whose holes are you running?
My own stuff.
Oh, okay.
Man, I'm just gonna tell you something. They
Chances
ain't.
are I'm really running Mike Seawright stuff.
There's
but-
there's not one single one of you guys that have a hole to yourself that nobody knows about.
Actually, Shane, I'll put $100
I'll
on this
take
table.
it. I'll take it.
That I
man.
got one spot that there's nobody
I-
in this room that is fishing currently fishes.
Well, nobody in this room. I mean, that's me and Brandon.
Anybody fishes
Of course.
currently.
Just let me tell you. Of course, me. If it's not on a pier out here, I'm not gonna catch it anyway.
I'm gonna go make one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out there in the channel and start casting and say this is my hole,
That's-
regardless if I catch
there
it.
you
Hey,
go.
I'll pull it up right now and show it to you.
Oh God. See, there's somebody.
Now
I
it's gonna make
promise
a
you.
community.
Just let me tell you. Depth finders, graphs, whatever you like to call them these days, are
There's
so
no
good.
secrets.
They are so good that
Brandon knows about this one because we've talked about it.
anyway.
I found it.
These graphs are
You
so
did find
good, and these kids,
You
these
did.
kids these days are born with a computer in their hand. They can find anything that's out there. It doesn't matter. Jason Quinn's
Toilet bowl.
block piles or whatever. I promise you, if it shows up on a depth finder, somebody found it.
No, they're out there. I mean, it's not hard to find. Stuff's not hard to find anymore.
You just gotta go look for it. Takes
See
time.
there, even Kennard said there's some old feller out there that knows that hole. I promise you,
Absolutely.
Kennard,
No.
you're exactly right. That
Listen.
old feller thought he had it to himself too, and then David found it.
No,
Well,
that-
let me rephrase that. Somebody probably showed David. But he can't.
No, he didn't.
He,
Ask
can't,
Dover. He poached it. He didn't
he probably poached Dover.
Listen. Dover's gonna get poached next time I see him. I promise you.
You better be careful. He'll drive down here.
Oh,
Come on,
Lord.
Dover.
That's
I ain't-
right.
I ain't-
That's
my
right,
hole.
Taylor. That's exactly right. So technically, it's Brandon's hole, which
Technically,
proves
it's
my
not.
point to the T. Nobody
You
has
looked at that
anything
one
to
recently?
themselves.
You looked at that one recently?
Good Lord.
Yeah. You saw me out with him.
Oh my
No, I
goodness.
didn't.
Well, that night when you all got stuck in the rain, I was sitting in the truck with your kids.
With my kids. Daddy daycare for me.
Yeah, Kennard, that's right. He's been dragging a worm out there since 1987. You're exactly right.
What's your youngest boy's name? Fletcher.
Fletcher.
He asked me if it hurt when my hair fell out.
You didn't
No,
tell
that's
me all
funny.
that. That's awesome.
No, that's funny. I hurt when my hair fell out.
He said, "Well,
Anyway, come on, let's get back
All right,
there.
all right, I'm sorry.
Y'all killing me.
Nah, Fletcher's the kid that'll grab the bull by the horns, flip the bull over, kick him, and run.
Just because.
Just because. Oh, boy. Anyway.
all right. So you just got back from St. Lawrence
Yep.
and Champlain. Bad news first, right? So we'll
Yep.
talk about St. Lawrence.
St. Lawrence for me was
Man, these comments. I'm sorry. We got Todd Cochran wants to know if you want some Carolina rig lessons.
well, Todd would be a good guy to give him. Todd's one of the original ball and chain guys that I ever met in my life.
We call that the two-plop rig.
The two plop.
Yeah.
Plop,
The
plop,
plop.
plop, plop. But anyway, at the St. Lawrence, that place kills me. I've always done terrible there. I've never had a good practice there. I just,
Well, you covered some water. You
I
told me
did
you
cover
drove
some
all the
water.
way
I
across
drove, I ran.
Ontario.
I ran from Clayton all the way across Lake Ontario. So if you look up on the map, it's Mexico Bay, which is just outside of Oswego, New York.
Might as well be Mexico as far as you drove.
Yeah, I ran. It was an hour and 10 minutes one way across the lake, and still only caught like 14 pounds each day. The first day I never had a good bite. The second day I did get 2 good bites and lost them both.
Fish a drop shot there, or you Carolina rigging there
drop
too?
shot in there.
All right.
And the highlight for that trip for me was day one. I just so happened to be parked beside Paul Mueller,
Did you get to see
who
the 713?
I'm getting back in my boat, and he says, "Hey man," he said, "can you come over here and help me measure this fish?" I'm like, "Measure a fish?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I got a giant smallmouth." I said, "Well, how big is it?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I've never seen one this big." So I get in this boat, and we're sitting there chit-chatting, and Paul, for the record, is a super nice guy. He opened up his live well, and man, I kid you not, that thing was, its head and its tail was curling up on the sides of the live well. And I was like, my God, we got it out. We measured it. Fish was almost 23 inches long, was 17 and a half inches around.
Yeah.
And it weighed, I think it was 7 pounds and 13 ounces, almost 8 pound smallmouth.
It was 6 ounces shy of
6
the New
ounces
York
of the state record. It was, it was a freaking nature. I caught a 612 at St. Clair in the elite in 17, and I just thought that was big. This thing dwarfed the one I caught.
Did you ask Paul if you'd get your picture taken with it?
No, I didn't.
Why not?
No, I didn't want to touch it because the way my luck had been going
It'd
for
have
the
died
last
before it
2
got
days,
over
it
there.
would have died or it would have jumped out of the boat and got in the water. So I was like,
You could have hashtag that one Paul's fish.
yeah, hashtag Paul's fish. Exactly right.
Well, speaking of Paul, so he led 3 days.
He led 3 days. Going into the last day,
The wind
And-
blew 20 miles an hour.
and that was the deciding factor in who won that tournament.
Yeah.
The Johnson brothers have so much experience fishing that way, to where somebody such as Paul, who or Clark Wendlandt, they were both. It was a pretty tight race going into the last day, and the weather. And it's not to take nothing away from I can't remember which one of them it was.
Chris.
I get them guys confused.
Chris, because Corey said in his interview, he said he made it to the mouth of the river.
Turn around, went back.
And turned around, went back.
Yeah.
He said because he did the math. He said he needed like 28 pounds to even have a chance.
Yeah.
And he said that'd be really hard to do on a nice day, much less a day like that.
Yeah.
After 3 days of everybody beating him up. So he said he decided to fish in the river, have a good day, not tear up his boat.
Yeah,
is
because
what was the main thing.
back-to-back tournaments.
So he could
That's
fish
right.
at Champlain,
Yep.
which he did really well at Champlain.
Yeah, he did. But you know, there again, I think the weather had a big, I guess you'd say.
The pictures from that Sunday, man, it looked like it was gnarly. I mean,
It was on me out there on day 2 coming back. It only blew like 10 to 12, and there was still. I mean, I posted a video on my Facebook of me coming back across, but I was still able to run about 42, 43 miles an hour. Where that's bumpy, but you know, as far as I was running, I had to do that. But
did your stuff stay together all right?
yeah, my stuff was fine. You know, I can't complain about my boat, but I'm gonna tell you the key to that.
Well, I'm just saying all the stuff hanging off of it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. But
So
the key,
who rigged your boat this year? Great Outdoors.
Great
did?
Outdoors.
Yeah. So those guys did a good job putting all the stuff together.
They do a fabulous job. But I'm gonna tell you something about when you're running in rough water, having that Bob's jack plate is by far, hands down, the best piece of equipment on your boat, because you can control the bow of your boat. A lot of people around here especially don't realize that, because you know, we're used to, they think a jack plate is to get up in shallow water. It's not for, you know, to help control the boat.
I learned that, didn't I?
You did learn that at St. Clair. But you know, that thing is it's a valuable piece of equipment, especially up there.
Shane almost drowned outside the water.
Yeah, I didn't even have to get in.
Drowned you in the boat.
That's right. Yeah.
So Paul led 3 days, and
Yeah.
then Chris came back. I forget what he caught the final day.
Yeah.
But he did. Chris overtook him. I think he won by like 1.5 pounds.
Yep. Paul only had 17 something the last day.
Yeah. So in his interview, man, I didn't realize how deep those guys were fishing.
And I think that's where I missed the boat. I was only fishing like 30.
Yeah.
And you know, they were out there in 45 and 50.
Yeah, they said. I think it was a very wide range. I think they said 20 to 50, which is like saying, you know, you caught them in Lake Wiley.
That's right.
But you could tell by how long it was taking those guys to land the fish that it definitely wasn't in 12 foot of water.
Right.
But they almost broke the century mark, and I believe that final day, if the wind wouldn't have blown the way it was, I believe there'd have been 3 or 4 guys that broke it.
I believe that they would have too.
Which that'd have been the first time ever anybody would have gotten a
100
century
pounds of
belt
smallmouth.
with nothing but smallmouth.
That's right.
So here's the question: coming up next tournament, you think it's gonna happen?
We ain't got there yet. We'll talk about that when we preview St.
So
Clair.
what I thought, we all got to eat crow on this one, all right? Because Brock Mosley finished third.
I thought I was gonna throw up when I watched that on live.
Finished third, catching largemouth.
Exactly what Shane loves.
Doing exactly what I love to do, throwing a
stinking
stupid chatterbait
around
on docks.
docks.
I mean, I'd just soon do that as I had anything when it comes to fishing.
So his story, though, he said it was pretty cool. So he was. This is, I guess, something that a lot of people don't realize. You know, you can't schedule life around your work schedule.
Right.
So Brock's first kid was born the first day of the tournament, and he was not there for it. And he said on camera, you know, he was shook up, and I think it might have been the Tuesday before or Wednesday or the day before. I can't remember, but it was
Something like
that
that.
week.
But he got one, and Seth Fighter's wife was, I think she was fixing to, she was getting ready to have one while we were at Champlain.
Yeah. And then I heard Chris Johnson say on stage that his
They just
kid
had
was
one,
3
I
weeks
think.
old.
Yeah.
So he'd been gone 2 to 3 weeks that it was alive.
Yeah.
But what Brock said was he was so shook up because he wasn't there and worried about his wife and everything. I mean, we all have had kids. We got kids. We know how all that stuff goes through. That he said, I just went largemouth fishing just to try to clear my mind. And he said that he stumbled on that and caught a really big one. And he said he said I think he had one smallmouth spot, but he just decided for the tournament, because he was so, emotional about his kid, that he was just going to do what he knew how to do, which is largemouth fish.
Right.
And lo and behold, after all three of us sitting here saying, nah, you go to smallmouth lake, you can't target largemouth.
I mean,
And I think he averaged 20-something pounds, or
So
right at 20 pounds a
Yeah,
day.
21 or 22, I
And
think.
he had
if
big
you're the
fish
only one
until
dumb
Paul
enough to
weighed
do
8
it.
pounder.
Well, Buddy Gross fished largemouth also,
Did he?
and Buddy did well.
okay.
Well, the funny part is, so Clark Wendlandt tried to fish for largemouth the final day, and he went in the same area that Brock had been fishing, and he was like, "Man, I don't know why I can't get any bites in here." They were biting.
Brock done whacked him.
Because Brock had drug them all across the weigh-in
Yeah,
stage.
definitely.
So Shane, I'm gonna ask a question and take it as ignorance. When you go to a place like that, you and I had conversations after the 1v1 against Seawright at Hickory about not leaving fish. All those fish get weighed in there. When you go on the road, does that ever factor into your plan?
Absolutely, it does.
Just stay tight, hold the course, and survive?
Well, I'll tell you the prime example of that was this past week at Champlain. Seth Fighter fished right outside of where they have a lot of their local night tournaments at.
Yep.
And those fish he caught were in a milfoil bed out there, and some of them were actually still in the marina that he caught them. I mean, people that watch live, seen him catch the big fish at the tournament out from under a pontoon boat that was sitting in the marina. And yeah, absolutely, you want to see and try to see where they have tournaments out of. It's a big thing. I mean, if you look at it like that, on Major League Fishing at, I want to say it was Table Rock, the one Takahiro won. He and Scott Suggs were in different rounds, and both of them fished the same area, was a release area.
Yep.
And both of them made the final, whatever, they knockout round or whatever.
And then it was surprise.
Yeah, that's right.
Then you get there and it's surprise.
Yep, exactly.
Was that one of the BPTs or what?
No, that was
one of the cups, right?
was one of the cups. Yeah,
That was,
they got so many of them. I don't know which is which. But
that was Bull Shoals.
no,
No, Lake of the Ozarks.
It was Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah.
And I know Talk won.
Oh, we got seeing Lee Lucas on here reminds me we do have to discuss the 4v4 with them and figure out what their plans are too.
I don't know. We might have to fire Hammer and see right.
Ooh, yeah.
So
You know what? No, I'm gonna address that
I'm
right
just
now.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna go ahead
I'm just
for everybody on live
I'm just
watching.
kidding.
I will address it. Mike Seawright, Scott Hamrick wanted to start their own podcast, and they are a comedy team. I'll give them that. Good luck. I want them to do well. I'm supportive of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't have no.
I talked to Seawright on.
I think
Friday night.
if we all work together, we all win.
Sure.
Yeah.
If we make it childish, nobody wins. And
We're all way too old for that crap.
you say that.
I'm way too old for that.
No,
I mean,
but Scott's still going to help us with the video for the live stuff, and I'm sure they'll probably linger around, and I'm sure there'll be a challenge.
yeah.
The fishing
any
legends against the
I was gonna say, any
the
guys
real
that are
legends?
watching, if they haven't heard, go follow. I think it's called
Yeah.
Fishing Legends
Fishing
Live.
Legends
Fishing
Live.
Legend Live.
All right, so it's gonna be Hamrick and
Seawright.
Seawright and Jason Akers gonna be on it,
And I think
and
Hoover.
and Roger Hoover.
And
So
I heard some old guy. I'm not sure about it. Guy Aker.
I hadn't heard that,
I heard
But-
Guy Aker was gonna be on there a little bit too.
but go follow those guys.
It's hard to
It'll
tell
be
by
fun.
him.
I'm gonna watch them.
Oh yeah. I don't know what night it's going.
They haven't said yet,
Okay.
but they got a giveaway. I think it's gonna be August 8th.
A
They got
giveaway.
Yep.
What's Seawright giving away?
Ah.
I know Hamrick's tight butt ain't giving
I
nothing
don't know.
away.
It's probably gonna be something good.
Seawright's probably giving away the rolling papers from the old Lawrence paper graphs or something like that.
I got some of those. Y'all saw the picture I shared.
Speaking of giveaways, we kind of, it may be premature.
We're gonna get there.
Okay,
We'll get there.
okay. That's fine. There is a giveaway.
So I did leave something out, and you brought up MLF. It made me forget, or made me remember, because I
Yeah.
had forgotten that the
They had
Super
one of their
Tournament.
Super
Oh
tournaments.
yeah, I
was
forgot
on
all about
Mississippi
that.
River.
Yep,
So it was rescheduled,
from 19.
and
Uh,
the great veteran
he's
legend
definitely a veteran.
Tom
I mean,
Sawyer
He's
won
like
that thing.
463 years old.
All he does is reel a jig. That's all he does.
I mean, hey, you got to do what works for
he
you.
almost won down here in Lake Hartwell. Just cast the jig out and reeling it in.
Doug Holt, no, Seawright never did catch a fish on a frog during their little fishing session last week. Water temperature was 97.4, and I think if there were any fish back there, you probably could pull them out of the water and eat
Yeah,
them.
they'd have been boiled.
Michael Kennard, I rode in Seawright's boat on Lake Norman, and if he's going to give away waypoints, I don't even know if he knows how to make them.
He don't know what the little flag means.
I had to like actually put the transducer on in his boat to make his live well to make
Oh
his
my Lord.
to make his electronics.
You know what? All joking aside, though, Seawright, he's kind of screwed in his fishing.
Why is that?
Everything's so commercialized and grown up around here. The stuff he used to line up to, the tree
Yeah,
over
it's
here
gone.
and the sign over
That's
there,
right. It's gone.
it's gone.
Yep.
So unless he figures out how to use those things, we're safe.
Exactly
Seawright knows
right.
how to use them. He does. I'll set him up. There, he can see him for sure.
No, Doug, they were in the back of Seven Oaks on Lake Wiley.
Hey y'all, hey, one of my old friends just got on here, Jeff Walls. Jeff is one of the guys that I first started traveling with. We were fishing Redman together. I mean, yeah, that's old.
That's before
It's
my
old,
time.
but Jeff,
How old are you, like
Jeff,
8?
I'm 48.
I was trying to give you an out. I was asking.
That's, I don't mind talking about how old I am. I'm
Man, you got-
blessed to be 48. I hope to live to be 148.
You got the
No,
gold
you
birthday
don't.
coming up soon.
It won't be long.
What you gonna do?
Probably go fishing.
I figured that. The only guy I ever known him fish all the way on his wedding day. It took
I
about
did.
15 minutes before the service.
I did. For those of y'all who don't know that story, on my wedding day, on Friday, I drove to Lake Wateree. Practice
You couldn't pick a closer lake.
practice for a
Ask
tournament.
complain about driving to Nivens and went
Practice
to
for a tournament, then drove back home, went to the wedding rehearsal, then drove back to Lake Wateree, spent the night, fished till 11:30, drove back home, got a shower, was at the church at 2:30, and I think we got married at 3 o'clock.
I bet you had some awesome sunglasses tan.
I did, and that was the one thing Hope said. She said, "Don't get the permanent sunglass line." I've had that sunglass line for 25 years. Even in the wintertime, it don't go away.
Oh, anyways, I'm sorry I interrupted you about Mr. I don't know Jeff, so.
Anyway, but Jeff and I, we used to travel. Back then, it was a Redman Trail, and he's the one that kind of took me out and kind of showed me, running the roads, what you do, what you don't do, places to stay, this, that, and the other. And we had a really good time. And what makes me think about that was what really made my mind up that I wanted to pursue professional fishing was Jeff and his wife and myself and Hope. We were just dating at the time. We went to the Classic in Birmingham in 1998.
Hope should have known right then.
She should have known right then. She was
That was
making
her
a
chance.
she
That
was
was
she
her
was
chance
making
to get out.
She was making a bad decision. But anyway, we went to the Classic down there, and that was one of the first times that I had ever got to go and be around stuff like that, and it was just so exciting when Dion Hibden beat Dalton Bobo by 1 ounce
1 ounce, I remember
because Dalton Bobo had
dropped the fish,
had
right?
a dead
that.
fish.
Dead fish, that's right.
Had a dead fish, and it cost him the Classic.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, that was kind of my deciding factor. That's when I really, really started working hard on trying to pursue what I was doing.
That was when Ray Scott was still emceeing.
Yeah, and Ray Scott was the best MC ever.
Tassels and all.
He had everybody, A team, B team. I mean, it was, it was really, really
What
fun.
year was that again? Is it 96?
98,
98. Where was that one?
Birmingham.
Birmingham. So that was So what lake was that? The Gunnersville?
Logan Martin.
Logan Martin.
Yep.
The Gunnersville's in Gunnersville. Not Birmingham.
Well, I mean, that's where they have the weigh-ins at.
That's right.
Is the Civic Center in Birmingham.
Hey, Jody, sold. You're my man.
4-week challenge as a wholesaler. You hated Tim Kennesaw.
Joe,
Pro fishing.
Joe, I'm sorry, but I can't pronounce your last name. Sladitsky, I guess. You want to know how I popped the eye on the Epon rod? Well, I popped the eye on the Epon rod because I'm not very good at Carolina rigging. And when I was fighting the fish to the boat, I mean, I was fishing about a 3 or 4 foot leader. Well, and instead of me trying to get down there and get the fish, I just kept whining. And you can't wind a 3/4 ounce tungsten sinker into the eye of the rod very many times without it busting out. It's just, I don't care what kind of rod you got.
It's a wonder you didn't break it down.
I actually busted 2 of them out doing the same thing.
You know, I heard Gerald Swindle say something about people that do that.
Yeah, what'd he say?
He said that Luke Bryan writes country songs for people that reel their lures up to the tips of their rod to land fish.
Well, it's kind of different when it's a Carolina rig because you're trying to wind, and especially you look down there in that clear water and you got one of those big old smallmouth down there, and you're trying to get to him, and you're still trying to reel him to you. Well, next thing you know, the sinker's stuck up in the tip of the rod. And
so what you're saying
there
is
you go.
You don't have a leader man out there, so
Yeah.
you're not used to that.
No,
That's
he's
exactly
saying-
right. I'm trying to get somebody to get the dart.
No, what he's saying is he listens to Luke Bryan.
Oh, man. Come on now.
Probably so.
God, we got to draw the line somewhere.
Next thing he'll be
Awful.
wearing Affliction t-shirts and
Oh, my God.
You know what
Shiny
he-
jeans.
Shiny jeans.
Shiny jeans.
Nah,
That's-
you won't be able to tell him and Johnson apart then.
Oh, my God. No, Johnson now has a daggum tattoo. I mean, he's got a sleeve of a octopus. Why you put an octopus on your arm?
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
oh boy, I think I'm gonna have to take that fishing trip. I think I might have
I mean,
to
an
take that.
octopus of all the things you could put on your body, an octopus.
They'll be able to tell you two apart now.
Whatever.
Hey Shane, can you say ski?
Yes, sir. Ski. I know ski.
Just call him Joe Ski.
That's enough.
Ain't that Kid Rock's dude? No, that's Joe C.
Joe C.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, so
All right, so we finally made it through St. Lawrence.
After everything else.
So did you
Going
get
on.
any better at breaking rods? No, that was at Champlain.
That was at Champlain.
Okay, so you went Carolina rigging on Champlain.
Yes, sir.
And you finished what, 30?
Finished 34th.
Okay, so you that's about where you were when you made the cut, right?
I was 30th.
30th.
30th both days.
do you
Both
make,
days.
hang on, do you make it a habit of breaking rods? 'Cause I watch you explode one too, which I have got to thank you for. We were sitting in the car the other night.
Uh-oh.
I saw you break one the other night too.
No, we were sitting in the car, my
You got your
kids, the night my
flush
kids
been
were with
down,
me, and you broke the rod and said,
That's
"Oh,
what he's talking about.
that turd floated." Talking about the fishing rod floating. My kids are in the back of the car talking about the turd floating. My wife asked me, "Where did they hear that from?" I said, "That's Shane's fault. I didn't do it." So, for all you parents with kids, they are listening all the time.
Yeah, they do that. They do that.
They ask good questions though.
Yeah.
Did it hurt when your hair
Did it
fell?
hurt when your hair fell
I
out?
took my hat off because it was wet.
That's awesome.
Fletcher goes, "What happened to all your hair?" I'm just like, "Man, it fell out." And he goes, "Did it hurt?" I just
That
started
is-
laughing.
that is
I mean,
so
that's a
awesome.
real
I mean,
question.
What can you say to that?
Yeah,
The mind of a 5-year-old.
that was awesome. I've never been asked that before.
One thing about a child like that, they say whatever comes to their mind, it's coming out.
That's right.
Oh, I know. I've had some cringeworthy moments as a parent.
So where'd that put you in the angler of the year? You right there on the bubble?
I am,
54th.
yep, but I am 34 points out of 40th.
All right.
So it's really
So that-
tight.
This is the halfway point, right? Technically.
I guess you. We got 5 tournaments left. So
And you fished.
I would
Well,
say-
now
I would
they
say-
rescheduled originally the
Cayuga.
Sabine River to Cayuga. Now they've rescheduled it
To
again
Gunnersville.
to Gunnersville. I
which
guess
is
you've got more ahead of you than you've
well,
already
which
fished.
Gunnersville for me is one of my favorite lakes.
Well, September it will be a grind.
It'd be Well, I won a BFL regional there.
Yeah.
That same week.
Well, somebody had to tell you how to catch them, but
Yeah, yeah. Well, now I know those, so I'm good. But you know, I'm looking for. I'm
is
really.
this a preview to bigger and better? Are we gonna have blue trophies in here one day?
I'm not. You'll never ever hear me.
Jason, we know.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this. So, the guys that know you around here, so going into the fall until about January, February is when you typically win the majority of your stuff around here.
That's right.
So, for as long as I remember, since they moved the Classic to basically
March.
wintertime, where you go,
Mhm.
really early pre-spawn, they've never had any fall events except back when it was the invitationals.
Yep, they had a few then.
So I would think that you at least got to be a little bit excited about.
I'm
the
very
schedule.
excited. I think the one tournament that I truly dreaded on the schedule was the River, and that tournament has been my worst finish every year that I've been on the Bassmasters. I mean, it's just, I don't know what it is about that place. It just, everybody else loves it. I dread it. And I know it's going to be on the schedule next year.
Yeah.
And I'm just, you know, I got to figure out a way to.
So everybody this year's already qualified for next year.
Yeah, they're
right?
not gonna
kick
cut
anybody
anybody. I don't know how they're gonna go about that, but
Well.
anyway,
out. But so the fall is when you do the best, and then you've got Santee. Well, I'm sorry, Guntersville, Santee, Fork,
Chickamauga.
and Chickamauga,
Mm-hmm.
right? All in.
That
Well, you continue to go south,
that
so the
time
fall's
frame.
going to continue on, right?
that's fine. I'm good.
I'm
with
just
that.
saying it's not going to be winter anywhere.
Yeah, it's going to be, the tournaments are going to be really tough. You know, there's not going to be none of them will be a gimme anywhere. And what I really like about that is, in a tournament like that, if you do slip up one day, you're probably not out of it.
Well, the weights
And-
are going to definitely be low.
The weights will be low. It'll not be, you know, if you can average 15 pounds, 16 pounds a day at Guntersville,
Yeah.
I think you may not win, but you'll scare it to death.
Sure.
And I think you'll see the same thing at Chickamauga. I could be wrong. I've never been to Chick in the fall.
I don't think a lot of people have.
You know, they start at Chick. They start their drawdown process. You know, they draw the Tennessee River down every year, and it generally starts right after Labor Day. So it'll be a month into the drawdown when we get there.
You want the Monkey Wrench for Guntersville?
Go ahead.
Same time as the Spro Frog tournament.
I know.
That'd be all right.
I mean, just don't throw a frog. You'll be all right.
Or throw a Spro Frog all week and win that one too.
I don't know that they'll let you parlay your entries.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, like I say, I don't know exactly what the deal is with that, but you can't. You know, you've seen a lot of guys at Champlain this week get overrun with locals and things like that, and a lot of guys complaining about it. And I mean, would I go out there in a big event like that and fish just for fun? No, absolutely not. But if a guy wants to, maybe that day's the only day in that week he has to
that's
go
right.
fishing. So I mean, you
That'd be
can't.
me.
I mean, you can't.
I mean-
you know what I mean? You can't get upset at them. Now,
No, but there is a courtesy on the water.
absolutely there. I mean, I had 2 spots up there at Champlain that had fish. My Carolina rig spot, I was going to from 11 to 12 each day. I pull up there at 11:30 on day 2.
That sounds so bad when
There's
you say it.
there's 4 guys. It does.
My Carolina rig spot.
But there's 4 guys in one boat fishing on where I'm trying to get, and
Were they throwing Carolina rigs?
no, they were throwing drop shot.
Oh,
And
you're
I
right,
pulled
man.
up. I pulled up within 5 feet of them and caught 2 out from under their boat. So I mean, I when I pulled up to them, I said, "Hey, bud, look, I'm sorry. You know, I don't mean to get in here on top of you, but this is really all I got."
Poaching holes.
Hey.
No, I didn't. No.
Oh.
But anyway,
So
let's get to Champlain.
let's I guess kind of get back to Champlain. So Hartman, it's kind of the same story as Paul. He led all 3 days,
Yep.
and then I understand on the final day, I didn't get to watch a whole lot of it, but I understand on the final day, weather changed again. Same
did.
way it did.
It did. The wind had been calm for 3 days, which that was, I think, my 5th trip to Champlain, and I've never seen it be calm for more than 1 day.
And it matched what was going on in practice.
Yep.
And Palaniuk knew exactly where he needed to be and when he needed to be there.
Yep.
So he caught, was it the biggest bag of the tournament?
No,
Hartman had 22 the
Hartman
first
had
day.
22, and Kobe Krieger had 22
That's
also.
right. So Palaniuk had 21 and change the final day, and I think he came from 6th or something like that. But there was like a 15-minute flurry there on live that was, I mean, it was unreal.
Yeah, and for those of you that are listening, next Monday night, we will have Brandon Palaniuk on the show.
How about that?
He's going to zoom in for us. I talked to him today. He's going to do a Zoom thing for us and
I hate I'm going to miss it.
hang out with us for a little while, and he's going to talk about all that stuff. And you know, Brandon's a super nice dude, and you know, he was kind enough to agree to do that for me. And so next week, be looking for that. We'll be on posting about it all week about him being on here next Monday night. So
If you guys are YouTubers, he's got one of the best YouTube channels
Yeah.
I've ever seen in
Yep.
my entire
Yep.
life. So kind of same story. Palaniuk actually gave a lot more detail. So he caught him on drop shot. I think it was some kind of X-Zone lure or something like that.
X-Zone Slammer.
And he said 28 to 32. So that's actually a pretty good depth that you could probably zero in on if you're a Champlain native. I'm sure those guys knew exactly where he was fishing.
Probably.
Joey Ski on here, or Joe Ski. Shane wants to know inland versus the big lake. So the inland sea,
Oh.
the inland sea is what he's talking about, right?
Yeah,
Champlain.
yeah. There's no comparison to the two. You say the Big Lake, I'm sure you're talking about Ontario. There's no comparison. Lake Ontario is 100 times rougher than the inland sea. The inland sea just gets those big rollers, and I'm sure you know as well as anybody that Lake Ontario can get big rollers. It can get choppy. It can just get this plumb nasty.
Yeah.
And the inland sea can also, but the big factor, I say difference in that is you're not 10 miles out in the lake.
Right.
In the inland sea, you know, you're at the most maybe half a mile from the bank about any time.
That's everything runs north-south though.
Yeah.
Wind blows out of the north, it's going down.
Were
Yep.
you surprised that largemouth didn't play a factor at Champlain? They typically do, don't
They
they?
typically do, but I think the reason that they didn't play so much of a factor this year is the lake level was like 4 feet down.
I heard a lot of people talking about that,
Yep.
which I've never been to Champlain, but
You should go one time. Anybody that enjoys fishing should get to go to Lake Champlain one time in your life.
You know what's sad is I was born 18 minutes from Plattsburgh
Really.
and never been on Champlain.
Oh my gosh. We
So-
ought to do that. We ought to get a trip up and go up there for
Listen,
a week.
I'll go.
my dad's down, I'm sure. We can make it happen.
Wherever we go, we're staying in a house that got air conditioner.
You doggone right.
Okay.
Hey, I'll tell you something about that. We met, I was telling you earlier about the people cooking for us and stuff. We met the guy that is the city clerk of Rouse's Point, and he's like, anything you boys need, you call me. He said, next time you need a place to stay, I'll hook you up, and I promise you to have air conditioner. So I was like, my man.
yeah. Yeah.
So, you play fantasy fishing?
No,
Do you do it?
I don't.
No, I mean, dude, how? Why?
I mean, why not?
Well, you made a wisecrack last time. I said I'm not gonna say it again.
But that you don't
You
live
hurt-
in a fantasy
I
world?
don't live in a fantasy
I
world.
hurt your feelings?
You know,
Did I?
it's as thin-skinned as I am. I mean, you know how easy that is
All
to
right.
do.
I'm sorry. Shane wasn't here. I didn't. So you got all of it.
Oh yeah, no.
I got all of what?
He likes his fantasy world fishing
I
stuff.
mean, yeah, I play fantasy football. It's fun.
Oh,
Not
shit.
this year.
Nope.
No.
So this is my bright shining moment. So I am in the 98th percentile currently with fantasy fishing.
So you can pick who can catch them.
That's right, but
But
I
you
can't
can't catch 'em.
I said that earlier.
There you go.
You can't do either.
Dang.
Ooh.
Got him.
We,
You do have the belt though.
I do still have the belt.
That's right. And technically, you took it from me first because we made it.
Hey, do we have an inner club challenge coming up?
I don't know. It depends on if you get to keep it on Wednesday.
That
or
would
not.
be fun.
Hmm.
Yeah, that would be fun.
No, because Brandon will wait until like January to challenge.
What's
It'd be
wrong with
bad.
that? What's wrong with that?
Who said that's not already in my plan?
Well, it might be.
Brandon's sitting back. He's like a.
Oh, what he's waiting on is
he's-
he's waiting on me to stub my toe, and he's gonna back clean up, go out there and get the belt back all wily in December or January, and it'll be back in the house.
I promise you, I'll keep it for a while if I get it then.
Hey, we got a question. Why don't anglers ever use pontoon boats in a tournament? The number one reason that they don't do it is pontoon boats do not have live wells, and that's part of the deal. You got
Criteria.
you got to keep them alive. It wouldn't look very good if you caught them in a pontoon and hung them on a stringer over the side.
Well, I guess you technically could though if you put like a bait tank on it or something, right?
Yeah, I
Well,
guess.
now you have to check the
Maneuverability.
rules though because
Oh, that's
Keith
another
Poche-
conversation.
Did you see Keith Poche got disqualified?
Got disqualified for running a motor that was too small.
Too small. I've never.
You know
heard
what?
That
I'm gonna
before.
tell you something. The FLW should be slapped for that. That is, I'll say it right here, and I hope they hear me. That is low down dirty.
Well, it's in the rules. I mean, is it a bad rule? Yes.
But why is it a rule?
But it was a rule because this right here, the year John Cox won one of the tournaments, I don't remember what it was.
He went through a dang
He
culvert.
used a small John boat with a
Went through a
60 on
pipe.
it and went through a pipe.
But you know what? If they're gonna give away boats to anglers, they need to at least meet their minimum criteria.
Well, then when he did that, it wasn't a rule.
I know. So what? They dinged a guy for being
Keith
creative.
Bo's got it right there. John Cox calls it.
But they dinged a guy for being creative.
I mean,
Hey man, Mike Iaconelli's got his rule. John Cox got his rule.
what's the
I know.
Iaconelli rule?
Can't call a dead fish.
Uh,
You don't remember that? That was right out here. Or no, that wasn't. That was in Florida. He
Still,
opened up
I
his
mean,
live wells. That's when he got DQ'd for breaking the American
but I
flag.
actually think that's
All of his fish were dead. He forgot to turn the live wells on. He just threw them all out in the water and caught their limit. It looked bad on TV.
I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, I kind of thought that was against the law in a lot of places too.
What, letting the dead fish go?
Nah,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know.
well,
Can't do it anymore. No dead fish.
Yep. What is this? Says Scott Cross, the guy that lost a lot of fish on Sunday. You're talking about David Mullins.
Yep.
Yeah, Mullins had he had a tough day. I'm just telling you from experience. I was in the same boat. I lost several key fish all 3 days that would have put me up there pretty good. I mean, we can all complain about losing this and doing that, and at the end of the day, the fish is gone and it don't matter.
your boy Jesse had the same problems.
He did. Jesse lost a bunch of big fish on live.
He did catch
day
one big fish. It was just the wrong kind.
He caught 2 of them.
Yeah.
A big drum and some kind of humpback carp or something. I don't know.
All right, so let's move into St. Clair. So
All right.
that's going to be at the end of August. So my fantasy, I'm basically going to be the exact same thing again. You going to catch him at St. Clair?
I'm gonna catch him with St. Clair.
I'm going to put you in there.
I'm gonna catch him with St. Clair.
All right. I've been with you on St.
You've
Clair.
never heard me say that, but I'm
No.
gonna catch him with St. Clair.
All right. You heard it here first. Insider information.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch him with St. Clair.
All right. So
Are you gonna catch him, or are you gonna catch 5?
No,
a day?
I'm gonna catch him.
I have a confession to make. So this past one in Champlain, I had you on my team.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And this guy named Brian Schmidt, all of a sudden, I just decided to Google his name, and I saw that he'd won like 7 BFLs and an Open and a Costa something, basically everything that he'd ever fished up there. So I decided to pick him instead. I'm sorry.
You picked 2?
Brian Schmidt.
That was a good pick.
Yeah, it was a good pick.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
So I had Palaniuk, Fighter, Rick Morris in the last bucket, Brian Schneider, and Steve Kennedy. Steve Kennedy let me down. He didn't do too well up there.
Eric Winter said he's gonna send me some Lucky Fudge for the next trip.
I don't know. Eric was on here. Oh, he just got on here.
That's great. That's great. I appreciate it, Eric. I got to talk to you anyway.
Shane likes
I'll
both
probably
snaps.
I'll probably call you tomorrow.
So St. Clair's in August. Fish should definitely be postponed.
Oh yeah.
Is there any? Can you run to Huron?
I haven't looked. The last I seen, it was bridge to bridge.
Bridge to bridge. So,
So-
Blue Water Bridge.
So
to
you can go to
Detroit
the Blue
River.
Water Bridge and you can sit there and look at where you'd catch them at, but you can't. They won't.
You can't get there.
No, they won't let you go. And I guess it's the bridge in Detroit. I don't know. It really doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna fish the lake. I don't
Gotcha.
care. As long as they don't make the lake off limits, I will be all right.
Is Canada going to open up yet?
I don't know. The last I heard was still a no. It would be probably crazy weight-wise if they did, because it took 25 to win a BFL up there this past weekend, and
Yep.
they paid 26 places and 19-3 got the last check.
Holy cow! And Canada
So-
wasn't open.
And Canada wasn't open. That was in U.S. waters.
Dang.
I mean, I don't really care. It'd be nice if they opened Canada, but and what you were asking earlier, I absolutely think, without a doubt, you'll see a Century Belt come from St. Clair.
Is the weather going to be nice?
Well, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
No, it don't matter. I mean, it just makes it, more.
That'd be exciting to watch.
It's gonna be an awesome tournament. There will be some giant smallmouth caught.
You got a Century Belt?
Heck no,
You gonna get one this week?
I don't know about that, but I'm gonna try. I bet you that.
So they actually give you a real bell, right?
Yeah.
So which one would be better, a blue trophy or a Century Belt?
Oh, I'm just gonna tell you this: if you get the Century Belt, the blue trophy's probably gonna go with it.
Think so?
Within reach. It's gonna be
It's probably gonna go with it.
So along those same lines, classic win or angler of the year?
Man, that's a tough decision. I would probably say classic win for me. The reason being is the classic is, in my opinion, the most prestigious bass tournament in the world.
It's the club championship.
You know,
man.
there's been 50 classics, and I think there's been 26 or 27 different winners. Look that up. That'd be a great.
How many people have won
Yeah, that would be a great trivia question.
it? We're gonna get a giveaway for getting the answer right.
Well, no, because I just gave the answer.
Oh.
But
Over under 27.
I think I want to say 28. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know the answer to
But
that.
but anyway, for me, I think that would be it, and I think it would help your career more so than an AOY. And the reason I say that is, you see guys that have won the classic, they go on to, have endorsement deals for whatever it may be, and you're able to keep the money rolling in. Once you get the AOY, you get $100,000 and that's the end of it. Well, you can ride that classic victory, for a long time. You look
Right.
at guys such as David Fritz, prime example. He's won the classic, and that's not to say anything bad about him, but still yet to this day he gets to do. He designs baits and he does this and does that simply because he won the classic.
So the legend status in Elite Series, the real legend status, where they can invite you, is that a classic win or angler of the year, or is it or?
You get a point. You get a point for AOY win, a point for a classic win. That's how they let Swindle and Polnick both come back
Right.
to bass.
Well, David Fritz is fishing, right?
Yeah.
Paul Elias fished last year,
No.
or 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
And they were in on the legend status.
That's right.
Right.
Yep.
I'm missing somebody. Is it Jay Ellis?
No, Jay was. Maybe that is how they let Jay back in. But I mean, Jay's also a past classic champion.
Right. Well, I wasn't sure if it was
Yeah.
how you got that legend status.
Yeah.
So my brother's on here, Benji. He wants to know what happened to the Tarrantee Wrestling Federation belt. So He's bringing back memories when I was a kid now. So we grew up on Cherokee Drive. My parents still live there. And we had this coveted belt in our household that was around video games or arm wrestling or whatever. And whoever had it, you could be challenged. And if you lost, you had to give it up. I mean, it could be something as simple as I can eat more chicken wings than you. I'm not sure what ever happened to that thing. Obviously, I don't have it.
You'd still be wearing.
Did he take it from you? Did Benji take it?
You know, if you've ever seen my brother, I'll just say he's wiry. If he walked in here right now, you wouldn't believe he was my brother.
I had to do a double take when you fished with him this past winter.
So, I don't think there's much taken from me that he could ever do.
You might be surprised.
But I will tell you this.
He may have been one who made all your hair fall out.
He can definitely shoot better than you.
Shoot better than me?
Yep. We're still going to do that, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He can come.
He'll beat you, too.
He can come.
So I'll finish first. He'll finish second, and you might be able to divide one of our scores in half, and that's where you'll be. My dad's texting me now.
Mom was so pissed we cut the wrapping tree box up and used all the foil.
We did.
So
that's funny. That's how you knew how to make that belt, wasn't it?
I was just getting ready to hit on this.
You did that before.
My dad, he's not on Facebook. He's texting me. I guess he's watching with my brother. Not to get into too many details, but just to give a shout out to my brother. He's got some. He's gonna have to have surgery this week. So if you guys are, faithful,
absolutely
have a faith. Say a prayer for my brother. It's gonna happen next Wednesday. Just keep him in your thoughts and prayers. That would be. We would. We would really appreciate that.
Benji says, "How about we level the playing field and all shoot left-handed?" He must be left-handed. Yeah.
He still can't shoot.
Just so you know, I can't. They might as well cut my left hand off because it's not good for anything.
But my dad's texting me. He's down there with him because he had a doctor's appointment today. But I'm gonna get him in trouble because my mom's there too. It was his daggone idea. Cut up the wrapping.
Throw him under the bus.
Yeah. Hell, it was 30 years ago, 25 years ago. Let's.
All right. Under the bus. That's terrible.
I'm gonna pull the plug on family drama now, and
oh man, that's all good. My family's a lot like yours, David. We give each other. Yeah. That's the only way you know who likes each other at Thanksgiving dinner is by how much hell you get from.
There you go.
That's the truth.
So we'll move into our last topic because believe it or not, we've already been here for an hour and 12 minutes. What everybody's been waiting for. So I made an event post on our page, so everybody go find it and like it. This Wednesday, which will be the 5th, right? Today's the 3rd, 4th, 5th.
Yep.
6 o'clock. Blast off down here at Buster Boyd. Shane will be with David. Hamrick's coming back. He'll be with Dylan Falk. He was on here a couple weeks ago. Dylan had some work stuff, so he couldn't get here tonight.
Is he still watching?
I don't know. Dylan, if you're here, raise your hand or say something.
Raise your hand. We can even call him on the cell phone, probably.
We're going to fish 6 a.m. to 4:30.
No. No, I'm out. Y'all get somebody else. I'm out.
Shane will be at Papa Doc's by 10:30.
I mean, here's my question on that. I mean, do we keep it the same time it's been, 6 to 2:30, and that way it's not. I mean, nothing's changing as far as that goes, or what do we do?
What's the weather supposed to be like Wednesday?
Probably rain. Definitely going to be
No, there's not any rain till the afternoon.
Afternoon showers. It's only going to be in the low 90s.
Shane, I'll bring you plenty of water.
Water. Gotta have water.
I bring plenty of water. I think there's 1 or 2 stops we can get ice on the lake if we need it. I'll have my father-in-law on deck for some food or drinks, extra drinks if we need them. I mean, we'll just keep it the way it's been. 2:30.
2:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
I mean, I don't want. I mean,
for the people that
do I want to be out there till 2:30? No.
well, you might have 12 pounds by 10. Y'all go to Papa Doc's and eat breakfast.
Do I want to shortchange Dylan and not give him ample fishing time?
And you
No.
got to remember, you said you can't long line.
Let me tell you something. There's a few factors that make that crankbait a non-factor right now.
Hey, look here, and that doesn't mean casting out there and drift with the wind either. Like that stuff happened a couple years ago.
No, I don't play that game either. If you listen, I'm a firm believer. If you can't cast it and hit it, you don't need to be doing it anyway.
Did you hear that?
I heard that.
Do we need to play back the footage of Doc fishing?
Hey,
You won though, right? That's all that matters.
that's it. That's it.
All right, so 6 to 2:30. We're gonna be at Buster Boyd. If anybody wants to come down here and wave pom poms and cheer on David.
And you boys want to? We'll do a giveaway for the
Wow.
the weight.
Boy, I tell you what, Benji, if you weren't dealing with so much right now, I might fire some shots, but I'm going to let you slide on that one, buddy.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to know, my brother's an elevator mechanic, and he's a daggone good one too. So,
Man, I got so much I could say to that.
Got him.
Wow. No, I'm
look,
for
you
real
can't even
though.
talk.
Got him stuttering. Anyway, guys,
My hat's off,
put your
buddy. Good job.
pick your winner. Pick your winner. Pick the winning weight. Next Monday night we will we'll have a winner. You know,
Here's
like we
the-
always do.
Here's the giveaway. Our friends over at Waterwood Crankbaits, Marco stopped by the shop this week,
That's a good giveaway.
and
That is a very good giveaway.
he said that he likes what we're doing on the podcast and wants to get involved, and so he is going to be dropping off not one but 2 crankbaits in the hopes that if I win, now the deal is whoever picks the closest weight without going over will win a Waterwood crankbait.
Does it matter if they pick the right person? They just have to pick the right weight.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
He's parlayed the deal and said if it's me that wins, whoever picks the right weight with me will get 2.
Oh.
So
Okay.
if you pick Dylan, you'll get a shot at 1. If you pick me, you'll get a shot at 2.
So let me get this straight though, because that's kind of confusing. So if I pick you, say I say David Winters at here's Tim Harrington said
Yep.
1343.
That's
So-
a reach. That's a reach, buddy. I'm gonna save you that.
So if Dylan catches 14 pounds, and he's the closest, but he picked you, does he still win the crank?
No.
Does he still win 1?
No, whoever,
Okay.
you got
So
to
you got to
pick your
get
person,
the person
and your weight.
and the weight.
Yep.
Okay, so that's clear.
That should be crystal at this point.
All right. So if you pick Dylan, you're only in the bucket for 1. Man,
That's kind of sideways, isn't it?
it is.
As Marco
kinda-
said, he doesn't bet on a dead horse. I told him standing up at the counter, I said, "Man, I'm afraid you're betting on a dead horse on this one," because I mean, honestly, I haven't fished a daytime tournament out here in months.
It don't matter.
All right. So if you pick Dylan and you get it right, you can only win 1.
That's right.
But if you pick David and you get it right, you can win 2.
But
now, is that crankbait of choice? Because there's like 6 different models. Or-
Marco said he was going to bring the baits by.
Okay.
I do not know how that's going to work out.
All right. So stay in touch. You know what? I've seen all of them, and to be honest with you, it doesn't matter which one he gives you because
Yeah.
they're all awesome. Eric picked you.
Oh god. But anyway, I'm sure there'll be some more stuff to go with the Waterwood crankbaits, but I don't know exactly what it'll be. But we will definitely come up with something.
So there's going to be some other goodies in the
Yeah,
in the grab bag?
there'll be something else too.
Okay.
We can't do as nice as those baits are. We got to do a little something else too.
All right. But y'all
Well-
give away some good crap.
Heck
Well,
yeah.
I
Well,
won.
it ain't no good giving away junk.
Well,
No.
I'm kind of mad because I won the first one.
Well,
But you're ineligible. You're
unfortunately, friends and family and show hosts can't really.
now Dylan's back on there.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan. Now that you're here, stick around. Let's hash this out. Oh,
Panel was up.
wow!
I'm coming on that one.
No, wait a minute. Hold on.
That's like a
We
performance
can't
enhancer.
do that. You got if you're gonna make lasagna, you got to bring it up here next Monday night, and we have to sample it before anybody
We'll
can
put
try
a
it.
big sign on the wall, sponsored by Mama's Lasagna.
Oh boy.
Keith the
I
Post
love-
is giving away a
love
dove
home-
hunting trip.
Yeah, Keith, if you get one of those, holler at me. I'd like to go on that myself.
Yeah, I'll go too. I guarantee you I'll kill more than you.
You'll kill 12, and so will I.
I'll shoot less shotgun shells than you will.
It don't matter. The fun part's the shooting.
Well, when you shoot and miss, I'll make sure you know.
You don't have to tell me.
Wow.
I know. already.
Ken Moore. Wow. I will remember that the next time you come in my store, little buddy. I will. Wow. That hurts my feelings. I've taken up for him.
Don't be so sensitive, David.
I'm not. No, listen. I really. Right now, honestly, I don't even know. I have an idea what I'm going to do.
I don't have an idea what you're going to do. I know exactly what you're going to do.
I don't think you do, Shane. You might actually. I might impress you for once.
I've seen your casting. You're not going to impress me.
Hey, at least here I can fish the same 10 docks I know how to get under.
That's true. That's true.
My brother just sent that for you. Said
What
send
is
show
it?
to
Let me
David.
see.
That's not even appropriate for the. Wow. Benji,
Oh my God.
when you get back on your feet, you and I are gonna have to hang out. I'm
Oh
liking
my
you
gosh.
already.
Man.
That's funny.
Hey, my dad's taking you.
That's
He's got a better weight though.
probably close. Hey, your dad's been around this block once or
He's
twice.
been
He
around the
kind of
block a
knows
lot.
what's up.
Yeah.
Oh
And
gosh.
he said they said we're in the clear because my mom's not watching, so he's not in trouble.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
She won't throw a shoe at you next time you walk
No.
in the door.
No, so let's do something a little different. We're talking about the 1v1. I mean, yes, I'm fishing against Dylan, but I haven't been on the lake fish day. I haven't been on there during the day in a long time. I want to get some perspectives from you guys. If you were thrown to the wolves, you know what
You
would
threw
your
yourself to the wolves on this one.
I know. What, hey, I don't throw. You have that right, sir. You might see one though.
I'd probably go out there with a cast net. A cast net and Panoptics.
We're not perch fishing, buddy. No, I mean, I hate Dylan's not here. I mean, I'd like to get some perspectives of what people think. I mean, I know what I think. I know what I'm going to do. I can sit here and tell you right now.
So what do you think?
What do I think? I think the moon is full. I think there's brim on the bank. And I think that those two rods back there are probably decoys. I do have a few places I probably could go secure a limit off the bank, but I don't think that's going to be what gets it done.
I haven't seen off the bank wind out here in a long time.
I couldn't tell you the last time that I know that.
And off the bank, I'm not talking about casting to a rock pile that's a half cast off the bank. I'm talking
No,
about
Out in the abyss.
yeah.
I'll tell you the last time I won a daytime off the bank tournament was last year. Actually, I did win. I won 2-3 night tournaments on a crankbait. I won it before dark, long before dark. But again, Lake Wiley is those days. For all these guys that come in here and ask about fishing deep and wanting to learn how to do it, don't bother. You're wasting your time.
You can still catch fish out there. They're
You
just
can catch fish.
Man,
They're
don't
this
tell,
big.
Don't tell them that. You're trying to sell lures here.
That's right. I got plenty of jigs. I got plenty of chatterbaits.
Well, you
I
gotta-
got plenty of reaction innovations.
But you know what? But you got to remember, a lot of people fish for a lot of different reasons.
That's
no,
right.
they do. And
So-
some people
so
love
you
just
fish
catching
for a
fish.
living, right? And I like to get in tournaments when I can. But I'm gonna tell you right now, we all started because it was fun, and there's a lot of people that come in here that aren't tournament fishermen. That
You know what I'm
My
selling them right now?
6-year-old My 6-year-old son is just as happy going out there and catching 150 perch
Yep.
on Doris Rest Her Soul, on Doris's little half ounce
Tackle
spoons
Town spoon.
that I've got 1,000 of because
You're lucky.
it's just as fun for him.
Yep.
Drop it down there, bam.
No,
it's
every
immediate.
cast. Every cast.
Well, and here's the problem. Like my kids, they love doing that, but then it's like, oh, we want to catch something bigger.
Well.
And then it's like, okay, well,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to get creative now, boys, because right now it's
the
tough.
bows fish so
Fish
it doesn't
don't
hurt
hurt
people.
people.
Well, there you go.
I think my wife has a very crystal clear clue as to when I need to go fishing, and she'll tell me. She said, "You go fishing."
Sure.
I mean, it is a stress reliever.
All right. So you with David again this time?
Yeah.
You all right over there?
All right. So Shane's with David.
Come on, Jody. I'm trying to get him off my stuff,
Yeah,
man.
I knew what David's doing. I knew what he was doing when he said that crap. And Hamrick's gonna be with Dylan.
Yep.
So it's gonna be. What's Dylan run? Dylan runs a Phoenix, so it's gonna be Phoenix versus
Can't
Skeeter.
talk.
You all right?
Hey, reach in that fridge and get you something to drink.
I'll be all right in a minute.
You sure?
So pay attention to us on Wednesday. Go like and share our event if you want. We had 200 people watching you clank a jig around docks that last time.
Listen, I'm sure they'll see it again out here.
But the way it works for the guys that haven't seen it yet, so I think you got the bottom of the hour.
We'll we'll figure that out.
Yeah, so someone's going to go to the bottom of the hour. They'll give a live update, give you a little 3 to 5 minute window of whoever boat they're in there, what they're doing. And then at the half hour, you'll get the next update.
No, the problem is the last couple times, I mean, it's turned into it went from a 3 to 5 minute window to a full-on 30-minute.
Yeah.
And again, we need feedback from our viewers. Just what do they want? Do they want short, or do they want to see fishing all day?
Right.
Well,
I mean,
I think we'll put some stuff on there when it makes sense, right? Obviously, we won't put the camera on you while you're running down the lake.
no.
So
Well-
the easiest thing to do is just turn on the notification thing for our page, so when we go live, you guys will know.
That's right.
So just tune in there. If you want to know how to fish deep, David might accidentally give up one of his holes.
That everybody already knows about.
I mean, here's
If you want to know how to throw a hula popper, then
turn into
Watch
Dylan.
Dylan might show you how to do that.
Dylan
too.
said he's got 2 of them tied on.
I heard they just re-released that thing.
Hula popper?
Yeah,
They
Really?
did.
yeah.
They
at
did
ICAST.
2.0 at ICAST.
That's right.
No kidding.
I swear to you. And you know what? Chris Marshall, man, he made a hula popper on 2-ounce egg weight famous. Long, just Carolina rigging hula popper, 2-ounce egg weight, up at the dam. I mean, Dylan said he's
Up
running
at
the
the dam.
dam, so maybe he's got some.
all the way at Mount Holly.
Yep, maybe he's got some information. I don't know.
All right, so tune in Wednesday. 1v1. This is the third leg, right?
This is the third leg.
Yep.
Third time's a charm.
We'll see.
The first 2 been a charm for him.
Well, that means he might get beat then. Well, you never know. That's why we're going.
That's why we fish.
I mean, there is a big curse to break.
Home,
You think?
The home turf curse.
God Almighty! Can you imagine if he wins again? Russ, you're gonna have to get a bigger door.
His head's big as a door
Oh,
now.
let me tell you something.
We'll
No,
need to roll that door.
no, because every day that I go under that water, it's beat the fish. I don't care who I'm fishing against. Shane, I'll fish. I don't care. I gotta beat the fish.
Oh, he almost challenged you, then he backed down.
I mean, Shane and I fished against each other. Up until this year, my record against Shane was pretty doggone good.
See, Don
But-
King's working again. I'm gonna get it.
But
He's gonna keep on, and and I promise you, he's gonna lose that belt.
oh boy, no.
And I'm gonna beat him out here too.
Oh man,
Oh,
I ain't gonna make him go to Norman. We're gonna go out here.
we might have to, after Dylan takes it. We might have to get the #1 contender. #1 contender showdown.
Now, Josh Good
Oh.
wants to be next. I don't know how to work that out, Josh. We're gonna.
So Josh, whoever wins it, they can call him out, right?
He can technically. Man, I really don't want to have to lose to him. I literally think he's only won 1 tournament in his life.
Dang. Dang.
As a dad should. My money's with David
That's
no matter
right.
what happens.
That's right.
Listen, if it weren't for my dad, I couldn't be doing this crap.
We know.
So
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm not.
Don't never let anybody tell you that it is.
That's right.
Be happy, be proud, be thankful, and blessed.
That's exactly right.
I am very, very thankful, and yes, I am blessed. but I wish Dylan luck.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think Mike Langford's got the best thing on here. It says, just show them fishing and let Shane and Scott talk trash to David and Dylan about how terrible they are.
What's any different than any other time? I mean, come on. I will say this. You know, you guys talked about putting Hamrick in the boat
Oh
with
my
me.
gosh, you got to read that.
Yeah, I do.
You got... Now that's funny right there.
You know what? What is funny about that is that's the guy that does my T-shirts and has always done our vinyl lettering for the truck. And I swear, if you didn't know my dad and him weren't brothers, you would think they were.
Really?
I mean, Dirty Sanchez and all. I mean, they both look like two hippies, except for my dad's gotten his hair cut here recently.
Did he?
So, yes.
Hey, speaking of that, I need to get it. I need to buy a T-shirt from you tonight. Don't want to forget.
Okay.
We got a fan. My neighbor across the street wants a T-shirt.
Awesome. Well,
He don't even like to fish. He just likes to watch our show.
that's good. Well, I'm glad he's at least laughing about it.
That's right. You're exactly right. Nothing more important than family.
That's exactly right. I
Mama's
agree.
got it right. Blood's thicker than water.
100%. That's exactly right.
But no, honestly, Wiley is fishing tough. It really is
Well, I mean,
fishing tough.
it's so hot here. Everything's fishing tough.
Yeah, anybody that watched the little,
Apparently, Hartwell's not.
Well, that's true.
well, Brandon, here's the problem. I got a feeling out here is going to be very similar to Hartwell, and a matter of that's just getting in front of the right ones.
Well, you better bring a topwater then and look for them little.
Wow,
little
now
potholes.
that would be a twist.
You better
Let
bring
Shane and Scott fish against each other in the back of the boat.
That wouldn't work. That wouldn't work.
y'all won't be able to go live.
There would be such an argument over where we were going fishing at.
You think?
Oh, I know.
You think?
Because if you took me out in the middle of the lake, I'd hit you in the back of the head with my jig.
No, with a Ned rig. Don't lie. Be a Ned rig.
Wow. Yeah, it would be a Ned rig. I pulled up on these two goobers trying to test out some sonar, and here's Shane sitting in the seat with a spinning rod. I said, what are you doing with that? And he reels in, there's a little turd on it.
Guess what? We had them things dialed in too, because you
catch
could
'em.
see that little turd on that thing.
I know.
That little turd, I'm telling you, that little turd is
Shane for the win.
Yeah.
All the way around, probably so.
that little turd is a dangerous thing. It really is. I mean, is it stupid looking? Absolutely.
So that's here. We'll just parlay that to the tackle tip of the night.
What's that?
Ned rig. I mean, I can't say that I'm not going to have one tied on, but I can say I'm probably not going to have one tied
Well,
on.
I mean, the thing about it is the Ned rig is really, really effective in a lot of different situations. You know, it's known for smallmouth and spotted bass, but it will catch big largemouth also. I haven't really messed with it a whole lot in the summertime, but in the springtime now, I have.
Yeah, we caught 127 fish together on
That's it,
Lake
Lake Norman, and
I could go out here and do it too. I promise you, I could.
We caught about 200.
I know you can. My Fletcher was 4 at the time, and he wants to. I mean, he's trying to figure it out. So I give him a spinning rod and tie him up a Ned rig, and I'm telling you, that little 4-year-old kicked my tail out of the back of the boat with a Ned rig.
Make your hair fall out too.
No, I got good genes where the hair comes, in my family.
Well, I can tell you this about Ned rig. I didn't know anything about it until about 3 hours into our trip at St. Clair. And then when I started throwing it together, I think we caught 137 on Lake Norman. We probably got 237 on St. Clair in about a 2-hour window before dark one night.
We got on a little spot and they was loaded.
They were eating it before it even hit the bottom.
But
And St. Clair's like 9 feet deep.
yeah, but and this is no shot at the elite guys. I mean, I wouldn't want to do what you do, but you're fishing for fish that are frozen in the ice 3 to 4 months out of the year.
I agree with you.
Do you
100%.
expect them to be any smarter? Really
Well,
and
I can
truly?
You would be
I can
surprised.
tell you this.
You would be surprised.
That same school of fish, Shane started catching them. I threw a spy bait, I threw a jerk bait, I threw a drop shot, I threw a swim bait. a crankbait. He caught him every cast. I wouldn't catch a crap.
So he picked up the Ned rig.
Picked the Ned rig up.
You'd be surprised. Those fish, you're right about them being under the ice for a long time. And like in May, and I don't know if Derek Lilly's still on here or not, but Derek and some other guys, and I took Chris up there, Carnes, in May when their bass season opens up. And yes, then they are the dumbest thing in the water.
See, New York, I didn't think it opened up till the 1st of July.
That's Michigan.
1st of June.
1st of June. Okay.
In Michigan. Anyway, they are, because they haven't been bothered. Well, you got to think about it like this. Those people up there have very limited time to be on the water. So when they can get out there and go fishing, they go. And when I say they go, they go.
Oh, yeah.
And especially like this year with the Canadian waters being off limits, the lake, that lake is at least half, if not more than half, in Canada. So everybody's kind of...
A lot of the good fishing's in Canada.
A lot of the good fishing's in Canada.
Yeah. Well,
But the Ned rig's easy, man.
They get conditioned.
no, I mean, it's
So-
like anything.
The Ned rig is probably the easiest thing to fish. You throw it out there and let go to the bottom and hop it.
You hop it one time. If it doesn't
Don't
bite it, reel it in, and throw it
back out
again.
there. As far as baits go, I didn't have anything when we went up there to throw it on. Shane gave me a Ned rig head, a Ned head, and I cut about 2 inches off of a green pumpkin Cinco and threaded it on there, and they ate it like they'd never seen it before in my life or their life.
There
And
you
when
go.
they tear that one up, I'd cut 2 inches off of the Cinco and put it back on there and thought they'd eat it again. So that bait, to me, in my opinion, is all about. Remember the old do nothing worm?
Yep.
That's basically what you do. You do nothing with it. You just throw it out there,
Throw it out there and let it sink.
and the less you move it, the better. So that's hard for us because we're so used to trying to impart action on jigs and run your crankbait into something or whatever. But that is the most finesse thing I've ever done in my entire life,
Yep, it is.
and doesn't take a whole lot of weight. John Martin makes a really good Ned head. True South Lures. What size do you throw? 3/16 or do you throw something like
I throw an eighth.
an eighth?
In 30 foot of water, I throw an eighth.
Well, it sinks like a rock. I mean,
You'd be surprised how fast the 1/8 ounce
yeah,
sinks.
so his has got
Well,
a
you're
hook
also
keeper
throwing
on
on
it.
sewing thread, so.
Yeah, but in John's has a little bigger hook in it.
Yep.
And it adds just a touch more weight, and it
And it's got a really good hook keeper or a
a
not
bait
hook
keeper,
a bait,
bait
keeper
keeper.
on it.
Yep.
So
Well, I know this. We got plenty of Ned rig supplies here in the store because the kayak guys seem to love it, and it's becoming something that a lot of people are just buying to have.
because it catches
hand.
fish.
It does.
Catches fish.
I guess that's why I'm not catching as many fish. I'm not throwing a Ned rig.
well, there you go. That's what I would do Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
The sleeper, the Ned rig.
Yeah. Yeah. I will have a spinning rod or two with me. I hope I don't have to use them. Well,
Is that about it? I think that's
so.
about it. We've
We're
been
at an
on, we've been
hour
on
and
here
40
for an
minutes.
hour and a half. Good Lord, y'all like to talk.
We talk so much you can't talk
I
anymore.
know it.
he swallowed a gnat.
I ain't no gnats flying around here tonight.
I tried to take care of all that.
appreciate
Crickets
that.
seemed to breed.
I think Ron ate them all.
Wow.
All right, well, let's sign this off and get out of
Let's
here.
get out of here.
All right. Rusty Hooks Live, where our hooks may be rusty, but our points are always sharp.
That's right.
Don't forget, next week, Brandon Polnick will be on here with us.
That's right. And Wednesday, 1v1.
1v1.
David defends the belt again. I'll have this uploaded tonight. We had to switch computers real fast tonight, so
We're gonna.
I'll move it across before I leave.
We can. Do what you gotta do.
But I'll have this up tonight on YouTube and your favorite podcast player, and we will catch you on Wednesday, or at least these guys will.
You'll be watching. I know you.
I got training all day Wednesday, man.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I won't be. I won't be watching.
Good. Maybe I can hit some stuff.
Let's go.
All right.
All right, see you guys.